All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Lalema Aneja Dang. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to participate in session on digital transformation at G20 summit in Bali today, to also hold bilateral meetings with other world leaders on the sidelines of the summit. Madhya Pradesh government implements Panchayat extension to scheduled areas PESA Act to preserve tribal population from exploitation. India-US joint military training exercise Yuddh Abhyas to begin today in Auli, Uttarakhand. Railway Ministry allows IRCTC to customize menu of food served in trains. And India bags 4 more gold medals at Asian Airgun Championship in Korea, taking total tally of the yellow medal to 17. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will participate in the third working session on the theme Digital Transformation on the second day of G20 summit in Bali today. Mr. Modi will also hold bilateral meetings with other world leaders on the sidelines of the summit. He is scheduled to hold bilateral meetings with leaders of Indonesia, Spain, France, Singapore, Germany, Italy, Australia and the United Kingdom. Our correspondent reports that the 17th G20 summit began in Indonesia's Bali yesterday morning. During his interactions at the G20 summit, Prime Minister is highlighting India's achievements and unwavering commitment to collectively address global challenges. Yesterday, Mr. Modi met US President Joe Biden and Indonesian President Joko Widodo on the margins of G20 summit in Bali. Prime Minister Modi affirmed that G20 is the premier forum for international economic cooperation and underlined the importance of G20 continuing to demonstrate its capacity to bring together major economies to overcome global challenges. At the closing session of the summit this evening, the Indonesian president will symbolically hand over the G20 presidency to Prime Minister Modi. India will formally assume the G20 presidency from the 1st of December this year. Here's a report.
During the Bali summit, G20 leaders are deliberating extensively upon key issues of global concern under the summit theme of Recover Together, Recover Stronger. G20 deliberations have acquired a greater salience in the current global economic and political context. Coming on the top of the existing environmental challenges, lack of progress in the SDGs and the pandemic, the world is currently struggling with many important challenges. These include uneven post-pandemic economic recovery, debt vulnerabilities, especially in the countries of the global south, ongoing conflict in Europe and its knock-on effects. Prime Minister Modi is also utilizing the opportunity of his presence at the Bali summit to invite the G20 leaders to India's G20 summit next year. Suparna Saikia, AIR News, Delhi.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that India is a ray of hope for the world in the 21st century. He said India is moving with an unprecedented speed and scale today, and the country's talent, technology, innovation and industries have made their significant mark in the world. Addressing the Indian community in Bali, Indonesia, Prime Minister said country's self-sufficiency in medicines and vaccines during the COVID pandemic benefited the world.
आज भारत दुनिया की फास्टेस्ट ग्रोइंग लार्ज इकोनॉमी है। आज भारत डिजिटल लेन देन में दुनिया में नंबर 1 है। आज भारत ग्लोबल फिनटेक के मामले में दुनिया में नंबर 1 है। आज भारत आईटी बीपीएन के लिए आउटसोर्सिंग में दुनिया में नंबर 1 है। आज भारत स्मार्टफोन डेटा कंजम्पशन में दुनिया में नंबर 1 है। 2014 के पहले और 2014 के बाद के भारत में बहुत बड़ा फर्क जो है वो स्पीड और स्केल। आज भारत अभूतपूर्व स्पीड पर काम कर रहा है।
On close cultural ties with Indonesia, Mr. Modi said India and Indonesia are connected by shared heritage and culture. He added India had started Operation Samudra Maitri when a big earthquake struck Indonesia in 2018. Madhya Pradesh government has implemented the Panchayats Extension to Scheduled Areas PESA Act in the state, which aims to preserve the tribal population from exploitation with an active involvement of the Gram Sabhas. The PESA Act also gives special powers to the Gram Sabhas in scheduled areas, especially for the management of natural resources. The formal announcement was made by President Draupadi Murmu at a function organized by the state government on the occasion of Janjatiya Gaurav Divas, which marks the birth anniversary of tribal freedom fighter Birsa Munda in Shahdol district. The announcement was made in the presence of around 1 lakh tribal people, including women and youth who had arrived from different parts of the state to celebrate the occasion. Madhya Pradesh Governor Mangubhai Patel, Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan, along with several tribal ministers from the state and the centre were present on the occasion. Addressing the gathering, the President lauded the BJP-ruled Madhya Pradesh government for implementation of PESA Act. She said she believes that the PESA Act will be used to empower the lives of tribal communities.
मुझे विश्वास है कि जनजातीय क्षेत्र के सशक्तिकरण के लिए इन नियमों का प्रभावी उपयोग किया जाएगा। समाज के वंचित वर्गों के सशक्तिकरण के इन प्रयासों के लिए मैं राज्यपाल श्री मंगूभाई पटेल जी, मुख्यमंत्री श्री शिवराज सिंह चौहान जी तथा राज्य सरकार की पूरी टीम को बहुत बहुत साधुवाद देती हूँ।
In Gujarat, tomorrow is the last date for withdrawal of candidature for the first phase of assembly elections. The first phase of polling will be held on the 1st of December. At the same time, following the policy of no voters should be left behind, the Election Commission is setting up polling stations in the state from sea to forest. Our correspondent has filed this report.
A polling booth from inside the Gir forest to a shipping container and an island. The assembly election in Gujarat features some unique polling stations. The remarkable thing is that a polling station inside Gir National Park is being set up for only one voter. The commission will be setting up a polling station in a shipping container at Aliabad, an island in Bharuch district, for 217 voters. Earlier, voters had to travel 82 kilometers to vote. Some other unique polling stations will be set up on another small island named Shialbet. There are 832 houses and 4,757 voters on this island. Polling stations will also be set up in Madhupur Jambur in Gir Somnath district for Siddhi community. With Aparna Khoot, Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Ahmedabad.
The 18th edition of India-US Joint Military Training Exercise Yuddh Abhyas will begin today in Auli, Uttarakhand. The 15-day-long exercise will focus on high-altitude and extremely cold climate warfare. Exercise Yuddh Abhyas is conducted annually between India and the US with the aim of exchanging best practices, tactics, techniques and procedures between the armies of the two nations. The joint exercise will also focus on humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Railway Ministry has given Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation, IRCTC, the flexibility to customize its menu of food items served in trains to include local and regional cuisines. It also includes food items as per the preferences of different group of passengers, such as diabetic food, baby food and health food options. In a statement, Railway Ministry said that for prepaid trains in which catering charges are included in the passenger fare, the menu will be decided by the IRCTC within the tariff already notified. We spoke to IRCTC CMD Rajni Hasija about this.
This is a very good decision taken by Ministry of Railways, where the flexibility to IRCTC has been provided. And now the food of South, people travelling in the southern region or from the southern rail trains originating from the southern region will have their own preferred choice of the southern region meal. And the northern region people will have their own choice. And above all, the diabetic people will also be able to get it. And persons who want to have a Jaini kind of a meal, they will also have a choice to get it. So put together, all people will have no choice-based meal and all the menus of the trains will have a specific requirement. In addition to this, we are also thinking of bringing millet because this is the international year for the millet. So this is going to be a real value addition as far as the menu is concerned.
In Uttar Pradesh, the month-long Kashi Tamil Sangamam will start in Varanasi tomorrow. The Sangamam is being organized by the central government as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav and to uphold the spirit of Ek Bharat, Shresht Bharat. Delegates from 12 different categories will come to Kashi from Tamil Nadu during this one-month period and interact with their counterparts. Tourism Ministry has made special arrangements of food for these delegates. Here's more from our correspondent.
Talking exclusively to AIR News, the Varanasi head of Indian Tourism and nodal officer for the Sangamam, Amit Kumar Gupta said that 20 kind of South Indian delicacies will be served.
चूंकि तमिल के लोग आ रहे हैं और उनका खान पान की दृष्टि को ध्यान देते हुए मेन फोकस हमारा तमिल कुजिन पे ज्यादा है और बनारस का जो हमारा फ्लेवर्स है जैसे मलायो है, चाट है और सुबह का जो हमारा बेसिक जलेबी कचौड़ी बोली जाती है मॉर्निंग फेज में वो रहेगा। फिर आफ्टरनून में हमारे अलग होते हैं, कुछ पान के अलग अलग स्वाद होते हैं। तो इस तरह के चीजों को उत्तर प्रदेश के भी कुजिन को हम वहाँ सर्व कर रहे हैं।
Tourism Ministry have made special arrangements for these delegates and chefs from Tamil Nadu have been specially called by the ministry. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
The 25th edition of Bengaluru Tech Summit will begin today in Bengaluru. The three-day event will attract international and national level players in the areas of technology. To mark the Silver Jubilee celebration of the event, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's statement will be played and Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai will release a plaque. Well, today is National Press Day. The day is observed on the 16th of November every year to commemorate a free and responsible press. It was on this day that the Press Council of India started functioning as a moral watchdog to ensure that the press maintains high standards and is not fettered by any influence or threats. Since the year 1997, the Council has commemorated the day in a significant way through seminars with relevant themes. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur will be the chief guest at the National Press Day celebration in Delhi today. India won 4 more gold medals in air pistol events to take their gold tally to 17 in the Asian Air Gun Championship at Daegu in Korea yesterday. Shiva Narwal won the men's 10-meter air pistol while Sagar Dangi picked up the junior men's gold. Shiva got the better of experienced Korean Park Dae-hoon in the men's air pistol final, taking him down 17-13 in a close contest. He also had the Korean's number in the ranking round where he topped with 253.7. Park was the second with 250.2. In addition, both men's and women's youth teams also won their respective competitions to make it another successful day for India. India's Vijay Veer Sidhu also picked up a bronze in the event after he finished the ranking round in third place with 248.0. In the junior men's air pistol, it was a 1-2 finish for India as Sagar Dangi overcame Samrat Rana 17-13 to claim gold. India's third gold came in the men's 10-meter air pistol youth event when the trio of Sandeep Bishnoi, Sahil and Amit Sharma beat a Korean team 16-8 in the gold medal clash. And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Sarabjit Kaur.
Thank you, Lalima. PM calls for Ukraine ceasefire, says don't curb energy supply, is the Hindustan Times headline. India climbs 2 spots to rank 8th in climate goals, says the Pioneer on front page. Income eligibility cap for Ayushman Bharat Yojana has been increased to 1.8 lakh rupees, is a Tribune story. The Hindu reports that India's population growth is stabilizing. It is an indicator of effective health policies. The Financial Express reports of Sensex closing at a record 61,872.99 yesterday. And finally, the Indian Express carries a heartening story of 2 girls, Karina and Kirna, from Kaluwada at Ludhiana, Punjab, at India Pak border, who travel 4 kilometers on foot every day to attend school across the Satluj River. Dropping out was never an option, says their mother.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to participate in session on digital transformation at G20 summit in Bali today, to also hold bilateral meetings with other world leaders on the sidelines of the summit. Madhya Pradesh government implements Panchayat extension to scheduled areas, PESA Act, to preserve tribal population from exploitation. India-US joint military training exercise Yuddh Abhyas to begin today in Auli, Uttarakhand. Railway Ministry allows IRCTC to customize menu of food served in trains. And India bags 4 more gold medals at Asian Airgun Championship in Korea, taking total tally of the yellow medal to 17. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.